Hi, welcome. How are you doing? It's a great pleasure to welcome you to Bournemouth University on this exciting start of the year and to welcome you to the new part of your life that you're going to engage with us. Um, Tourism and hospitality are some of the most exciting industries, and we are offering a whole range of different experiences that will help you open your horizons, uh, look into the global industry and how you can be part of it and how you can develop your leadership skills in order to be able to contribute to this industry, broadening your horizons and enabling you to operate in an international environment. Uh, Tourism is very exciting and hospitality because it brings a multicultural kind of blend of people, both in terms of the people that you will be working with, but also the people you will be studying with and the people that you will be called to serve eventually in this exciting industry. There is no any other industry that engages so many different cultures and enable us to connect with so many people around the world. So I'm very, very excited to welcome you. Now, someone asked me the other day, how long have you been in the UK? I was born in Greece and I spent my youth in Greece. And I just celebrated 30 years of living in the UK. And I came like you to do my master's, and I was very excited when I started studying. And then they said, "But what do you know about tourism? And how do you become a professor of tourism?" I started very early, from the age of 12, being a waiter, and up to the age of 18. This is what I was doing. I was helping a distant family member to manage their restaurant. And then I became a photographer. And one day I ended up in Club Med, doing photography for Club Med in the Greek villages. And that got me into the international kind of travel kind of ability. And also it taught me how we can create exciting and memorable experience for people when they come to our destinations. And that led me to look into how I can operate in some of the hotels that I was working, and particularly with distribution. Because at that time, Thomson and Jereborg and some of the main tour operators were coming along and they were doing contracting with us. And I really want to learn how I can negotiate so we can be much more successful. At that time, there's no technology. At that time, the technology was telex. I remember towards 86, 87, fax came along, and that was a new technology. And then gradually when I came to study, I realized that technology was the most exciting thing that's going to change the industry dramatically. And when the internet came along in 95, 96, we started looking to how can we create, how can we manage our operations, and how can we manage our distribution and engagement with consumers in the best possible way. So I started working on optimization of systems and social media and engaging with consumers in order to manage the assets, and also to see how tourism and hospitality was coming together to serve the local communities, because the local communities is what we're trying to do. So this is one of the critical elements of what we are trying to do, is to see how we can interconnect all the stakeholders to make sure that they take advantage of what we've got, but everybody benefits from that. There's no point of someone benefits and someone else suffering. It's really about how we can how we can benefit from everything. Now, we were doing for many, many years, I've been in tourism for 35 years, and we've always done fantastically well. And we know how to manage crisis. And we had a lot of crises in the past, like September 11, we had earthquakes, we had tsunamis, we had all kinds of political instability, all kinds of things. But then COVID came along, and this is a crisis unlike any other, because the problem with COVID is that we do not know when it's going to finish. And COVID brought tourism, hospitality, transportation, airlines, everybody on the ground zero. That's a problem, a global problem that we are very much involved with governments and tourism, hospitality organizations, hotel chains everywhere in the world to see how we can reignite tourism and how we can start tourism to make sure that everything's going. But if we learn one thing from COVID, is the fact that we cannot we cannot live without tourism. Both local communities have realized how important tourism and hospitality are, not only for the hotel and restaurant and this kind of business, but the whole communities behind, like the agriculture, like all kind of economic kind of actors who are in there. So we are desperate to make sure that people travel again and they take advantage of the wonderful resources we've got. More importantly, a lot of people realize, and I guess when it was the lockdown, you realize how much you enjoy going out and taking advantage of tourism and hospitality services. And it becomes very, very clear that it's not an elastic product anymore, but it's inelastic. People would like to travel, people would like to engage in hospitality services, and people will always like to engage in this kind of activities. So the crisis is going to go away, but we'll need leadership. And this is your role when you're coming into the tourism and hospitality industries, to make sure that the industry understands the big challenges and make sure that we can take advantage of all the knowledge we've got and all the research that we do from around the world to see how we can take advantage of the latest developments. And I very much hope that we'll work together. Hopefully you'll have some classes with me, but also you can always come and work with me in my research projects to see how this tourism industry and the hospitality industries can take us forward to the new realities and how we can best take advantage of our resources in a sustainable way and also of our technologies to make sure that we co-create value for everybody who is involved. So we have got time for that in the next few months to discuss all those things. I just want to welcome you and to welcome you to the new part of your life that is starting today. Thank you.